So like if I go to Pilsen or like when I used to run the show with Manny, obviously like our audiences were mostly Latino.
Yeah.
So like, and my stepdad's Puerto Rican, so I got a bunch of material on that. So I would clearly do like that material because it's relatable to the audience.
And
Being
what
relatable
I'm
and
talking
pandering,
about,
two different things.
what I'm
Right.
talking about is I've seen comedians come from the north to the south, and all of a sudden they got an accent.
All right.
And they walk a little different, and they're wearing a jersey.
Like, yo, nobody
going
rocks
on, bro?
FUBU anymore, bro.
Right.
Like, what's happening?
The fuck are you doing, bro? And then they come to the north side, they got a button-up shirt on. They got
Mike, you straight from the south side. Mike, I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.
Mike Knight, Real Rap Podcast, joined by a very special panel, some incredible guys. I can't even believe they're rocking with me right now, so I'm ready to get down with the funky business, you know what I mean? We have Zacko just coming off of a plane, getting here in an all-green outfit.
Yeah.
So if he stands up, then his drawers are going to look like whatever the background's going to be. But he's burning up the game right now. If you could just tell the people your name, how long you been in the city, how long you been in the game.
Oh yeah, Zacko Ryan. I've been in Chicago for like 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing stand-up 5 years, 2 days ago.
Oh shit!
Oh
Congratulations.
yeah, handful.
Yeah.
A handful of years.
Your branding for that Sorry for Killing show, by the way, incredible. I was at the
shout
lodge.
out Rachel Ibrahim. She kills the game. She used to do all the stuff for Zanies.
Okay.
And now, so I was in, obviously that shit was great. So she does all of my stuff. She's incredible.
Because you know how comics are a little too cool to really overtly support each other and shit?
Yeah.
So I was at the Lincoln Lodge and I saw a Sorry for Killing sticker and I grabbed it. I threw it on my laptop.
Hell yeah.
Then,
appreciate
you know,
that.
dot down the line. No, I found out that it was your shit. I was like, fuck. Now if somebody sees my laptop, they be like, why you riding this dick, yo?
You ain't shit. Fuck your laptop. Take that shit off your
I
laptop.
tried to take it off, but the little sticky sticker stuff is still there. So I'm like, I gotta leave it now.
You hand-me-down laptop. Fuck that laptop. That laptop gets viruses.
I got it from the Sorry for Killing sticker. Man, but hey, bro.
AirTag.
Congrats on all your success right now for not being in the game all that long, man. I've seen you burn rooms down, man. You have between the two of you, you guys have two of my favorite jokes going on in the city right now. You got
I heard you've been telling them on the road. So
I barely leave the Cook County before I start telling y'all goddamn
Mike's
jokes.
killing
man.
5 minutes on the road, bro.
I gotta fill this time with some shit.
Y'all
ever steal
like, so I'm Latino?
Y'all ever steal avocados?
Hey, by the way, to my left, I have the very funny R.A.P Sanchez. Go ahead and let the people know how long you've been in the game, what you got going on.
This is it'll be 12 years in March. Chicago all my life. And yeah, that's it. Just fucking stand-up comedian.
So one of my first questions I actually have is for you, Abby. So people from, I actually came over here from Omaha, Nebraska. I was living out there for some time before I moved here, right? And people will see my gram. I tell them all the time, the gram's pretty, but the grind's ugly, right?
Right.
But people will see, oh, you're at the Laugh Factory, this and that, and da-da-da-da-da. And they think that I, to some extent, made it or whatever, right?
Right.
Now, I see you're on HBO.
Right.
You know, you got a special on HBO. Phenomenal. You crushed it. I tried to watch it, but then my jealousy just.
It's HBO Latino, all right? It's
Hold up.
fucking.
No, it ain't.
HBO Maximo.
It's HBO Max. You just got to go through some Latino shit to find it.
I'm giving him shit, but like for real, I owe Abby this. Like I had to get in touch with Abby got me back with my ex. I had to get in touch with my ex to get her password so I could watch Abby's special.
To watch him on HBO Grande.
Don't blame that. I called. I was like, I know we don't fuck with each other, but I need that password
Don't
again.
blame that toxic shit on me, bro.
Is there a definitive door of making it that you walk through, or you're like, yo,
you're never gonna make it. It's everything's goals. So I've achieved that goal. So it's like even in Chicago, like all right, I graduated from doing open mics. Now I'm on a show. That's a goal. Now I went and I did the Laugh Factory. That's a goal. I did Zanies. That's a goal. I headlined Zanies. That's like if you stop there, what are you gonna do for? What are you gonna keep doing it for? Yeah. So like if you have an end game, if your end game. I don't think you can have an end game, especially in entertainment, because
there's no end game.
There's no way to end it. You can't just fucking like hang it up and like I won championships. It ain't nothing you could do.
That's
so
my favorite thing about stand up is it's just you in a tunnel and then you just keep chasing the light and then every time you hit it, it just gets longer.
Right. There's no. But the thing is like you're just chasing the light and you're like, all right, well I could like, oh shit, that was cool. Like you can look back and like I did some fun shit, but there's no goal. Like it's all goals. There's no end to it. And
Is there a life cycle for comics? So like some musicians, they'll peak and then we were talking about Wheezy, right? Mixtape Wheezy was a monster. I don't know if I'm banging out his newest hits like that, but I mean George Carlin was putting out tons of work.
That's because he had tax problems.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't we know?
But I
He's
honestly,
on his Wesley Snipes shit
no,
towards the end.
I think it's with music is if you just stop appealing to whatever is popular right there. And then if you're older and you start pandering, you start trying to appeal to like, man, who's this old dude doing this? But with comedy, your audience ages with you at the same time. So you still have rooms. And if you can still appeal to the younger crowd, like Uncle Lair, I don't know if you guys know Uncle Lair.
Beast.
Larry Reed.
Larry Reed.
I've seen that motherfucker follow a freestyle beatbox rapper, bro. And it was just like,
Smash.
but it was a young, and he killed it.
Bro.
And it was like,
Shout out to OG.
but the thing is,
Larry.
Shout out to OG.
he continues to write. And that's the thing. As long as you write and you're still current with the shit that's going on and you're not, one of my fears is becoming a fucking back in my day comic.
Yeah.
Where I was like, back in my day, we did this. And it's like, I'm never going to blame. I can't say, like, back in my day, we didn't do like how Zacko did. We didn't fucking try to put on our own shows. It's like, no, maybe I should do that shit now, too. Like, there's an inspiration to draw from the youth. And the minute you stop being inspired by the younger generation, then you're done. You might as well just fucking
One of my
hang it
biggest
up.
fears is becoming a back in the day person in general.
Right.
Like, you kids don't know how fucking
Right.
easy you got it these days.
And that's what pisses me off because, like, that's what you're supposed to do for your kids, right? Everyone says, I want my kids to have it better than I did.
Right.
And then when they have it better than you, you get mad at them for having it better than you. It's like, now you jealous because of the life you created for them. Like, shut the fuck up.
When most of the time the reality is I want you to do good, just not better than me.
Right.
That's how That's how most people really get
Right, like
down
all
about
these
it.
kids don't go outside no more. It's like, well, you put helmets on them and fucking like back in my day we didn't have to ride helmets. Yeah, and now you got older and you saw how fucking reckless that was. So let me put a helmet on this kid, and then you get mad at them for wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
That's
It's
big
backwards thinking.
in the comedy community too, because it's an individual based performance thing. You're by yourself for the most part. So if I see you guys be successful, if I see you on an HBO special, if I see you killing it on stage, you got your own show, you're selling out crowds, the jealousy bug gets in me. I don't think I can stop that from happening. But what it does for me in particular is like it's a motivational tool. I think I have the ability to turn it around and say, okay, it's time for me to step my game up and go try and take it to the next level. And I think for some people it can consume them. No?
Let me touch on that real quick. This is a conversation I had the other day. I never feel that jealousy, and I think it's because I'm not ingrained in this community the way I think a lot of people are. A lot of people get into stand-up or entertainment, music, whatever they do, and like that's their only thing. That's what they got. So the only wins you have possible are through that venue or through that venture, right?
Okay.
But like, there's so many other things I like to do in life. Like I don't consider myself, when someone asks me what I do, I'm not like I'm a comedian, right? There's just so many different facets of me, and I have so many different passions and things I like to do that would just like, it would be diminishing to myself and all these other like things that I enjoy doing. So like, so I shoehorn myself. So like when I see other people winning, like I don't totally like ingrain myself in comedy to where like this is the only thing I have that can make me happy or feel successful. I find success in so many other facets of life, and that helps me with comedy. It helps me calm down in comedy. It helps me like really look at comedy for what it is, rather than this all-encompassing thing that totally defines me. And when I separate myself from that and really like take on life in general, it lets me be better at all these other micro things that I like to pursue.
So if you see somebody go up on stage and kill it, you're like, oh, I can bench more than you, bitch.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, see, me, as someone that's only doing comedy, and I see someone up there killing it, I'm like, or even if, let's say, I see someone that they didn't have great sets when they were here, but somebody else saw something in them. So, like, this person might not be a great performer, but now they're killing it because they're writing for a TV show or they're doing some other things. That's the thing is, so it's like, I learned that just doing the JFL audition. Like, because every year it'd be like, all right, I'd go in there and I'd fucking crush the room. It's a home game. I'm doing it at the Laugh Factory.
Okay,
I could destroy the Laugh Factory. But then somebody else got picked. And I'm like, man, they didn't even have a good set. But the people that are watching it are looking for something else other than how can we use this person?
Likability,
right. Do they have a likability? Or if we could see that they're a great writer. Because maybe the shit I was doing was killing,
right?
But it was also viewed as hack by the people that are judging it.
Right.
So now it's like
subjectivity, right? So it's like you like NBA YoungBoy, but you're not gonna play him at your wedding.
Fair enough.
I mean, you might, but
Depending on what wedding you got, right?
right.
You're not
In
gonna
a comedy,
play while you're in a bathtub. You're not
But-
like jamming out to fucking the baby. You
But
know
that's
what I mean?
Yeah.
that's where I learned to not be jealous, and because I would like coming up, I was like, man, how's this motherfucker getting booked here? But I was just like, all right, I can't worry about that shit. I got to see what can I do to get myself booked, and how can I get better. And then once I stopped worrying about the extra shit, I just got better as a comic.
Yeah.
Because you're losing focus if you focus on other people. Because now it's like, man, I can't believe this motherfucker's doing this. Like, he sucks. I've never seen him crush.
How much of being successful in comedy is being funny, and how much is network, politics, and the rest of the game?
It's the same thing in life. It's all network and politics.
Same shit.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
the
but
more
you
you
also
try-
have to be good. You have to be
sure,
funny. So it's
absolutely.
like, it's a balance of everything. You have to be
Absolutely.
funny. You can't just be a fucking terrible comic, but you're great at networking, because that'll go away, because then you get exposed.
Right. You can't have a message without a podium, and once you have a podium, you better have a message, right? So like
Sure.
if they give you the podium, they give you the stool, and they turn the lights on, turn the camera on, you better have something, right?
Yeah, you could talk your way into a show. You could be like, man, this is my good friend.
Right.
Like, oh man, when are you gonna book me? Like, oh, we'll get you a spot. And then you
Yeah.
go up there and it's like, oh, this is the person that everyone's been
Yeah, you expose
been friends
yourself.
with, and it's like, this person is trash.
You
like,
expose yourself, right?
You killed the room. Like
Yeah.
you ruin the vibe of the room. Like it. So that's why you have to be funny, but you also have to be good at networking at some level. Because assholes, even the smart assholes, they still know whose ass to kiss.
Right, yeah.
And they don't fuck with anybody else lesser than him, but are they who they view as lesser than
The
them?
loosest comparison I can make right now is that Paris Hilton and Kim K both came out with the tape around the same time. One of them is super successful right now.
Well, one of them's mother took the fucking sex tape and like, well, we're using this as a
Yeah.
platform to
Yeah.
And put her whole
Bro,
family on.
Yeah,
And
she,
who did
yeah.
Paris?
Put a whole
Hold on, who
family
did
on.
Paris fuck? Because
It wasn't Ray J.
Ray J.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who did Paris fuck? We don't know.
And that's
We
when
don't know
everyone's
who
like,
Paris fucked.
right.
You don't know who Paris fucked. She just fucked some dude. And everyone was like, okay, Paris is fucking. They were like,
So,
Ray J?
If Paris would have smashed somebody from New Edition.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
the
We'd have a whole different family we give a fuck about.
But the difference was like Paris's was like it was like fucking mid, and then
Right.
you had this one was like this was POV porn
Right.
before it was
Top
like
choice.
this was POV porn
Yeah.
before, and then Ray J pulled his dick out like goddamn,
Goddamn! Oh, hog.
like all right, Ray J, you the new Soldier Boy type.
For as much, I'll say this about Kim K. For as much flack as she's taken throughout her career in the limelight or whatnot, she actually has personality.
She was Paris Hilton's assistant,
Paris
Right.
Hilton's assistant and put
And
herself on
see-
and has never looked back.
and her mom was like, "Well, we're gonna fucking use this sex tape, and then we're gonna create an empire," and they fucking did it.
Man, I gotta
And
tell
now
you,
their
one of
dad
my-
is their mom.
One of my favorite things about myself, and honestly, one of my favorite things about myself is that I have not consumed a lick of Kardashian content. Kim
None of
Kardashian could call here right now and talk to us on speakerphone, and I would have no fucking idea what she even sounds like. I don't, and it's not like I just think.
But I
it's
bet
not my
you would
world.
be like, "Man, you sound like Kim Kardashian."
Yeah, maybe.
You'd hear the voice like that. Kind of sounds like a Kim
Wow,
Kardashian.
the
Like,
fuck? I'd be like, moan real quick, moan,
Hey, sweetie.
moan.
I just
oh,
hate.
that's Kim K.
I just hate what
You
she's
sound
done.
vaguely Romanian. What's your name?
Oh, ask him.
I just hate what she's done for women's faces because now everyone's trying to got that same fucking face and it's like this is some trash. Now everyone's trying to look the same. Like your
Right.
neck don't match your face.
That hurts
the
my
skin
heart.
tone. Like
Yeah.
Every 7 years that I see another photo of Lil Kim,
oh
breaks my heart just a
God.
little bit
Man.
more, man.
Bro, did
And
you see
that's-
the video of her dancing backwards? And
That
then they,
was-
like the
they
leprechaun.
spliced in the leprechaun, bro.
Yo,
Oh,
I couldn't
my
tell where the
God.
patent leather stopped and her face started.
bro.
It
But to
was
see
painful.
her from the fucking squat pose,
From the
but it's like the
You could just
it's
hear those knees.
But it's also it's just a Michael Jackson same shit, the same transformation. It's like
people are so
once-
afraid to get old.
it's not even. But like,
wow.
once
a powerful statement.
once you do that to your face,
Yeah.
you start
Once you
okay
start.
because now I made this bigger. Now
Yeah.
I'm out of proportion, so now I got to puff this up. Now
Yeah.
that's not, so you just keep fucking your experiments on your face.
Yeah. People are
That's
so
why,
afraid
like-
to get fucking old, man.
Man, I guarantee you, like every kid whose mom has had plastic surgery, they need to like every day, like this is what you're going to look like. This is why you don't look like mommy.
yeah, yeah.
Because I had a fucking overbite and I had this big ass nose that we fixed. My cheeks weren't this full. Like this is why.
Yeah.
Is
You-
that
you don't
just
look
like
like me.
is that just like a real painful hobby though
It's
for
a
somebody?
mental illness. It's dysmorphia.
Yes.
Mm.
It's body dysmorphia.
Now, if I spend all my money and go into crippling debt collecting Matchbox cars, is there really a difference?
I mean, it's an obsession or an addiction to something. Yeah, there's not, but no one's gonna look at you like, man, Mike Knight really fucked up his face getting Matchbox
Like, hey,
cars.
this dude that looks like his age has a lot of fucking Matchbox.
Mike
cars.
Knight, you mean old platypus?
Right. You're gonna look your age.
Platypus.
You're gonna have a shit
Now,
ton of
if you
cars.
start wearing the matchbook cars on your face, then
yeah.
you got a problem. Like, oh, look at old matchbook car face.
What's bugging me is
car face,
is
Mike.
in their face, in their eyes when they look in the mirror. What are they seeing?
Another thing to fix. I honestly believe they're looking another thing to fix on their face.
Yeah.
Like
They're
I
looking
used to
like-
give myself haircuts back in the day and whatnot, and you push your hairline back, right? And if you
I
just
know
left
all
it
about
there a little
pushing.
crooked,
Yeah.
you might have been. But then you're like, all right, I got to fix it. It's not even.
Right.
And the next thing you
Yeah,
know,
the
you're
T-liners,
Sherman
I used to have the
Hemsley.
T-liners. And I used to rock the fade, and every day I'd be in there cleaning it. And you know, you fuck. Motherfucker.
You forget
Yeah.
you forget you left the guard off, and you go,
bro.
oh no.
I'm just gonna let y'all talk about hair. Yeah, I remember those. I don't remember those days.
Push that shit
It's
back
been
a little too
long.
much.
It's
All of a
been
sudden,
too
you got a
long.
new hat.
Nature did that shit for me.
Yeah.
Nature pushed my shit back a little too far.
God came down there with his
God.
T-liners.
Jesus. But we never finished that conversation. Who's going against Jay-Z in the verses? You said Wayne?
Who? Wayne could do it. Just I feel like Wayne just got some memorable verses. Like he got 20 memorable verses.
Wayne smashing them. Drake smashing them.
Drake could do it. Drake got a lot of verses. Fucking Kanye could do it.
Ye could do it.
Like Jay probably only has like 3 crowd-catching quotable.
I mean,
I don't
when you're at
think
a
so,
par-
because
bro, when you're at a party, who's
no, but
banging
here's the
Jay-Z
thing
at a
though.
party?
No,
nobody
but
ever.
Nobody.
if Jay-Z can do a concert and he's got 20 songs in a concert and
Right.
everyone fucking knows it, then he could do a verse.
Here's the difference. Jay-Z at a concert is just Jay-Z at a concert. If you go to a concert and it's Jay-Z and Drake, by the time Drake hits his song and you're vibing to that, and you switch over to Jay-Z, and then you switch back to Jay-Z.
Now you're
like,
saying who can Jay-Z follow in a concert would be the next question. Because the verses, he can go up against anybody. I believe he's got 20 verses. Now you put a concert together, where are you putting Jay-Z in that concert? Is he your headliner?
Not headlining after
yeah.
Drake.
Okay. So
And
that's
you got to
that's
remember,
real-
Drake
that's-
is also an actor, right? So Drake has stage presence. Drake is about to bring a show, right? And now I've never been to a Jay-Z concert, but I've been to a Drake concert, and it's like
Jay-Z just stands there. He's a fucking
yeah.
He's,
Now,
Drake
you're
puts
not
on
banging-
a whole ass show.
You're not banging Jay-Z at a barbecue, but
Yeah,
if
you
you're
are.
on if you're on
You
your
bang
way,
Jay-Z
you
at a
big
party.
fucking yeah.
fair enough. But what I'm saying is, if you're on your way to like a contract negotiation to sign with like for a
Drake.
major deal, you're bumping like Reasonable Doubt. You're like, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what, but I'm saying like Jay-Z has you. If you go through Jay-Z's catalog and you listen to, like, oh, all right, I remember this. Like if you
Yeah.
get a DJ and you're at a party and a fucking DJ throws this one song in that you just for whatever reason slipped your mind.
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh shit, I
remember
forgot
when
about
he had
this.
that.
Okay.
I remember this shit. Like
Okay.
he comes out with fucking DMX and is like, oh wait, I forgot about this fucking
Right,
song.
yeah.
So he's gonna have that's what verses is. Verses is those moments of that
Yeah.
thing.
And I'm telling you, the showmanship is so important, and Jada put that on full display.
Oh, Jada changed it.
That's
Changed
fire.
the game. He put it on full display. You realize Jada is symbolic to verses.
Top
to
5
me
dead
now.
or alive.
As soon as he did what he did on stage, I went, "That's what verses."
That's
Right.
it right
That's
there.
what verses.
But-
And now I'm not
Locked in.
saying
But what's crazy-
Obviously, Jada's catalog isn't better than like let's say Drake's catalog. But if you went back and forth between what Jada did on stage to him and Drake, I think it's a good show. Back and forth.
He brought it
And
to
the-
his
and
arena.
It's so totally different.
But like what the crazy is, my favorite verses was when was the Snoop and DMX one. But that was just nostalgic for me. But also they're both in the studio vibing off each other.
Yeah.
So then you got fucking DMX comes up in here, dun, 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 and it's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. And then Snoop comes in with a different song. It's like, oh shit. And but the thing
Yeah.
is, that was dope because they was just them two in the studio and they were fucking vibing and there was homies hanging out.
Great personalities.
When they
too.
made it a concert,
Like, what's Jay-Z's personality?
when they
Come
bro,
He keeps it,
I'm-
he keeps
but
it
I'm
locked
saying
away.
It's mad chill.
you put Jay-Z in that situation, in the studio situation, it's a completely different thing. You put him in a concert, he's gonna get outshined on a concert.
Yeah.
And then, but the minute that you put him on stage, and then now the shit with like Bone and why would you put Bone and fucking 3 6 Mafia in LA?
Yeah.
They're
No.
Midwest
Should have
acts.
been in Cleveland.
It should not even that. You could put them in fucking Louisville.
It's just a
Yeah.
And it
promo to
would-
try and get their
I
ticket
know.
sales up.
Right. But LA is the worst crowd for any entertainment thing because they're so
Anything.
fucking jaded.
Yeah.
They went to a restaurant and they saw 15 different rappers there.
Bunch
they
of
don't give
dudes
a
from
fuck.
the Midwest.
Yeah.
Just up there slapping each other.
Yeah.
Is that ever gonna happen again? You remember when Snoop came out and Dolores Tucker and all the church groups and everybody they were steamrolling over his CDs and what?
No.
Is there ever gonna be somebody that comes out now and gets pushback from the establishment like, oh, we can't have this, get out?
No, it would have to be so fucking graphic.
What do you mean?
Like they were trying to they tried
You
to
remember
ban
when
2 Live
Eminem came
Crew.
out and they were like, you can't say this. We have to try and stop this movement, and it just made him bigger. He was a monster.
That's
The same
done.
happened with.
That's done because you know why? There's no longevity in music. Everything's like a fucking minute-long TikTok thing.
Right
So
now.
I want you to hear like you're on to the next thing. Once that trend is over, you got to come up with a different fucking thing. Like,
Yeah, the
there's
proofs
no,
in the pudding. Songs nowadays are 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Right.
Songs
2
used to be
minutes.
fucking
They're just
6 minutes long.
They're TikTok dances.
Yeah.
So it's like if you could do the quick little TikTok and then like you get that trend going and then like boom. The only person right now that is rapping her ass off, I feel like, is the baby, not the baby.
The baby's
Lil
rapping
Baby.
his whole ass.
He
off.
is, but Lil Baby.
Lil
is
Baby's rapping
rapping
his
his
whole
ass
ass.
Lil Baby, like when you listen to him, like damn, this motherfucker goes.
Does Little Baby have longevity though?
Yes, I think he does because he
Lil
fucking
Baby's
raps.
got
He
it,
raps,
man.
raps. Like
Yeah.
he's got honestly like he can have Drake level raps. He's not gonna be as popular.
Who was it that Neil Young pulled all of his
Yeah.
Neil
music?
Young trying to
Here's the
get
thing.
fucking popular
Every
again.
every fucking fake every fake virtue signaling white dude that wants to like once they hear they can bash Joe Rogan for something,
Yeah.
they come on themselves.
This might get me pussy.
Yeah, and it's like what the who cares? Like
Because the moment you say Joe Rogan's name right now, if it catches fire, then whatever you're doing catches
Bro,
fire.
I don't
Right.
even listen to Joe Rogan, and I'm on Facebook defending the fuck out of him.
I don't.
And I don't even
listen-
fucking know if I like him.
My
I
thing is
just
like-
hate how everybody hates him.
I listen to him. I listen to him when he does shows with comics. I like comics talking to each other. So the
Sure.
shit's entertaining to me.
Yeah,
but I get
he's
it.
got an
It's-
inquisitive mind. Like fucking. Here's the thing: he blew up, and then people get mad that he has too many listeners and the things he says. So what's he supposed to do? Pick a side now that people give a fuck about him? No, he's staying true to himself.
What does he
Right.
mean to the culture right now? The world culture. He has all the listeners.
I don't think the world culture. He doesn't mean anything to the world, like to the country. He's got all the listen.
yeah.
But the thing is, this is okay. So you're just talking about how what's the next thing that you should not do anymore, like the C. Dolores Tuckers and all that other shit. That's Joe Rogan right now.
Powerful.
Anybody that's like, don't listen to Joe Rogan, it's misinformation. All right, where are you getting real information? CNN,
Right.
Fox,
Where you
Facebook,
get
Everything
Twitter,
is somebody's opinion.
Reddit.
Right.
Where you getting
Except for-
where
except for
is the
math.
real information coming from? You
Every-
gossip at late night open mics, bro. Where is your real?
I used to wonder that. Like people were like, you got the internet. We used to have encyclopedias. Well, who wrote that shit?
Who wrote that? Every piece of
fuck did they know?
information is subjective to that person who's spewing
Exactly
its
right.
experience. So what is real? Real is if it's real to you. Don't be like, oh, it's misinformation. It's technically just like what
I mean,
he's
you can.
fucking-
There is blatantly false things that you could say, like.
Absolutely. But there's
Fucking,
blatantly false things that you see on everything.
Oh no, I know, but yeah, for people to trust, like, oh, I trust this for-profit company, like, oh, that's kind of
So
fucked up.
you think everybody that says
Everything's
the
for the bag.
Earth is flat, you think all of them are bullshitting, or some of them actually believe in their heart of hearts that the Earth is flat?
I think there are people that truly believe that the Earth is flat.
And those people are fucking stupid.
Right,
They're
yeah.
the dumbest.
Because I mean,
Well, we
here's the
live
thing.
in a world with dumb people too, bro.
Yeah, that's fact.
And
I
they
mean,
can have a gun if
and
they want.
If Joe Rogan was up there like, the Earth is flat. Like, this bitch is flat. I'd be like, yeah, that's fucking stupid.
But it has to be-
Right.
But really, he's like, oh, tell me why the vax is bad. He's just like, fucking talk, really.
Right.
I feel like Joe
Fucking
Rogan.
Kyrie Irving said the Earth was flat.
I think
And he
he's
said it was
fucking
straight in the
bullshitting, though.
face.
I honestly, every time he says some shit
He
like that, he
bugs me.
smirks, bro. And I think
He
he's just
bugs me.
I think he's just, what is it called? Like when you're on the internet,
Antagonist?
fucking-
You're
A troll?
trolling.
I think he's just trolling, bro. I think he's just Joel
But
Embiid.
you say that, but then he does all the stuff that he's doing now. With the I'm not gonna do this, and he's
vaccine
putting
and shit.
yeah.
Bro,
and
you
all
know
that
what
good
I
stuff.
love about people?
He feels anti.
Whether I agree with you or not, if you are vehemently defending and sticking up for the thing that you believe in, I respect that shit.
Right.
I respect it. If you are unwavering in the face of the tribe, because everything is tribal mentality right now, and
Of
it's
course.
all.
Joe Rogan
let
says
me
that.
break this down for you.
Mm.
every choice
like
you
Joe
make,
Rogan right
every
now.
choice you make is
like
based on
Zacko
fear.
Rogan.
Bro, I'm telling you, every choice
Bro
you make
Rogan.
as a human is based on fear. That's what it is. We're animals at the end of the day. Every
Yeah,
choice
true.
you make is based on fear. So if you can stand in the face of the tribe and not have that fear and be like, this is what I'm choosing, I respect that
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
You stick to your guns. Like, all
Stick
right,
to your guns.
I
might not agree with it.
Right, but
But
I get
I'm
it.
like, fuck it.
But that's also
I'll
I'm like,
vibe
I'm
with
not
it.
gonna fucking stop talking to you for it.
Right, but
Like,
also
all
I'm
right.
from South Carolina. I don't agree with the shit my uncles say, but I still love. They're still my
Right.
uncles.
I did go out and get the vax just because of the position I'm in and getting access to shows and all this and that. But I don't want people to be forced to take it, and I do want people not
That's
to
how
get
I
it
feel, bro.
because I want there to be an option.
My
That's
thing
how I
is like,
feel.
it's your fucking choice.
It's your
Yes,
yeah,
the
The
man.
want
reason I
people to
got
have
it
a
is so
choice.
that my mom would stop texting me to tell me to get it.
That's exactly wow. All right,
I just
thought I was the only one.
I literally did not
I
want
got
it.
that
I
shit
did
for
not.
them
Yeah.
gift
I
certificates.
didn't give a fuck.
I gave 0 fucks,
I was
and
like,
my
'cause
mom was like, "You about to come home? Did you
Right.
you think you're coming home without that?"
Because when I caught COVID and I caught COVID OG in 2020, I felt fine afterwards. I was like, I don't need it. But then my mom's like, the vaccine. I was like, you know, just so you stop talking about it and it makes you happy. I'm like, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
Whatever. You got like so. But my thing was like, I didn't care. But now if you don't want to get the vaccine, that's on you. That's your body, your choice. Like,
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm always against someone just have it. You have to do this. Fuck you.
That
I'm
frightens me.
pro-choice, but fuck
Yeah,
you, get the
fuck
vaccine.
you,
It's not your
bro.
body no more.
Fucking tell me I gotta fucking do something, dude. I hate that shit. So like I got this because like and I bullshit. Like I got this vaccine because like the research I got and the information I got.
Okay.
I made the choice and I thought it was the right decision, right? But I have so many friends that are like, no, fuck that. The research I got, and I respect their opinion on that shit too. And here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid 3 years from now, some new shit comes out that I don't want in my fucking body. And they're like, no, you gotta fucking do this. And then 3 years ago, I was telling everybody they gotta do this. And now here I am. I gotta fucking do this thing I don't want to do. So I'm protecting myself in the future from not doing some shit I don't want to do.
It's called minding your business.
Minding your fucking business.
Nobody wants to fucking do it.
That's why I never let a girl put like a pinky or anything near my asshole because
Not
I
even
know
one knuckle?
once you get a fingernail, once it gets to this first part of the digit, from there it's all downhill.
Nah, I'm a one knuckle guy.
It's uphill, bro. It's a journey. What you talking about?
I'm a one knuckle guy, baby.
That's a start. What you mean?
I'm a one knuckle guy. Like, don't finger me, but just like put pressure.
Nah, I'm like,
That's P, baby.
There's
Put
no
pressure.
turning back.
I'm like, go to
There's no
the
turning
palm.
back.
What are you talking about?
I'll go to the second ring when I
never
get
I
married.
don't know. I'm talking about go to the palm. Just fucking.
All the way. All the way. Nah, I'm saving that for marriage. By the time you put a whole finger in me, I want to feel a ring, motherfucker. I want to feel a ring in that ass, motherfucker.
I want you to pull out commitment.
That's when you know.
You
to
got
stop.
a finger in me, there better be a ring on that hand,
the
bitch.
the ring is where you stop.
Until then, it's one knuckle, baby.
Make sure it's a silicone
Oh,
ring
my
so you're not
God.
cutting your shit up.
If you fist me,
Pop
then
my
you gotta
shit.
put a ring on it. That's why I never did a key bump or none of that shit. You see the snot box, man. I'd be doing Tony Montana amounts of
He said you never
cocaine.
did a keep up. Me and Zacko like this. Like your body, your choice.
Your body, your choice.
Not to say you're missing out.
Hey, man, if you don't want to put it in you, that's your decision, man.
More for us.
I mean, if you want
Let
to
me
be
tell
a
you, I
square
got both
about
those
it.
shots and the booster.
go.
All right.
Can anybody be truly great without having that darkness on the side with something else like
No,
that?
because you need something to fuel. You need something to like escape from that darkness. I think.
You take away all that, do you still have Richard Pryor?
no. Who's Richard
Like
Pryor? at that point?
who's the cleanest? Who's
Richard
the
Pryor's like
cleanest?
fucking hamburger. Like,
I
like,
see so many people that are comedians that play stupid, that play dark, that play sad,
Right.
because it's like now it's this thing that they're becoming.
Right.
It's like, bro, you can be an intelligent person, you can be a businessman, you can run a business, you can do all these other things. You don't have to fucking play the monster card, right? Everything doesn't
Right.
have to be cynical and everything doesn't have to be pessimistic. Go up there and talk your truth. What do
Right.
you really do? Go up there and talk about exercise. Go up there and talk about working out. There's funny in every
there was
capacity.
I did a show at the Laugh Factory, and everybody on there was all fucking just self-deprecating, putting themselves down. And I went up and I did I did a set, and this girl came up after me. She's like, "Thank you."
Thank
and I was
you.
like, "What?" She's like, and she said two things to me. She's like, "One, I know you fuck,"
You
because
told
like
me the story.
she's
yeah.
like, "I know you fuck," and I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "There's just the way you tell your jokes, but the thing was also there's a confidence level of not being self-deprecating. You just told jokes. You made people laugh.
Right.
It wasn't like you had to put yourself down for
Because
the
you're not
laugh."
self-deprecating in real life.
Right.
So why would you
Sure.
go on stage? Like, I'm not a self-deprecating person. I'm not going to go on stage and be like,
It's
I
a
got a
please
little
like me.
dick.
It's
I
a
can't fuck
please
good.
like me to the audience.
Right. But then it's just like, all right, so now you're confident enough to get on stage, which everyone views as like the number one fear is talking in front of public.
Right.
And the first thing you do is just start putting yourself down that you're I'm like, bro, just if you don't have nothing else to talk about, then how shit of your person you are.
Yeah.
Stop doing comedy and focus on how you could be a better person.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Because you just gotta, I don't know. For me, the self-deprecating shit, it just gets to be old. Yeah, you could throw a couple jokes in there, but like your whole set and now everyone wants to kill themselves because it's like, oh fuck,
You know
man,
what
you are
changed?
sad.
You know when it changed for me? When I started doing Southside Chicago shows. That's when everything changed for me because
They never put
Northside-
themselves down.
You don't put yourself
The
down.
audience will turn against you
Yeah.
if you go to a
wanna
Southside
see-
show and put yourself
Southside
down.
Chicago wants to see who you actually are, right?
Right.
They don't give a fuck about how well structured the shit is.
Yeah, yeah.
They just want you to be up there being funny in your own shoes.
And don't go to
Yeah.
Southside
Fucking
practicing shit. They got a 2-drink minimum. They got
They
babysitters.
pay.
They will
they
boo
is
your
not
head.
fucking around. You better come with your guns blazing. Rest in peace, Uptown, by the way.
Yo, that was my
Yeah.
biggest bond, bro. Did I ever tell you the story? Rest in peace,
please tell
Uptown.
me.
So the first time I go to bartend doors, dog, I don't know nobody. I've been in Chicago for like 3 months, and I go down to bartend because people are like, you want to learn.
Shout
your
out
chops.
Bartend. They just closed it down.
Leon Rogers, my guy. They go, if
Forever?
you want to learn your chops.
I don't know, forever.
Oh, okay.
Leon's still gonna be up there doing
Yeah,
40
doing
minutes
something.
in between sets. Shout out Leon Rogers.
Yeah.
So I go down there like, if you want to learn your chops, go down Southside. I go to bartend, bro, and everyone is just up there smashing shit. The fucking what's the comedian who does the Denzel impression?
Oh, and not Anthony Washington, no?
No, not Anthony Washington. Shout out to him too. I love this.
Shout out Anthony
Washington.
Washington.
He's like, he's famous. He has like a
Oh, I know who you're. I know exactly who
YouTube
you're talking
video.
about.
It's got like 100 million views or some
Okay,
shit.
he
He comes up there, does a Denzel, burns the place to the ground. And I'm supposed to go after him, and I'm sweating, bro. So then Uptown goes next. And Uptown goes up, and he's kind of just talking. And I'm like, I might be all right. And this motherfucker starts singing that, pull the panties to the side, and melts the room to the ground. I'm crying, laughing. Like, I've forgotten that I got to go next, how funny this dude is.
Hush
And
your
then
mouth
that-
and shut your mouth and shut shit
Bro.
and shut shit and hush your mouth and shut your mouth.
And my dumb ass, they go, next is Zacko. Right. My dumb ass goes up there with some structured ass horse shit that I'm like 8 months into comedy. Bro, I proceed to die the slowest death. I mean, it's one of those, you ever see like, how you're bombing when like there's couples in there and they like whisper something to each other and then one of them gets up and leaves.
Yeah.
And the other one just starts texting on their phone.
And you can hear the crowd start to grow louder with a more important conversation than you talking
Bro,
into a
Like
microphone.
they slowly like, man, oh yeah, I'm at a show right now. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait till
I'm
he's
about
done.
3 minutes into this shit, and Leon's looking at me going, "Just fucking get up, get up."
Mark you, it's tight. It's packed tight in there, so you have to walk like a nasty like wedding aisle of shame.
Yeah.
Back to where.
And you're the only white dude there.
And all the other comics that were just shooting the shit with you are like looking the other way when
I
you
don't
get
want-
back
I don't
there.
wanna
Like,
catch what you
I don't.
catch.
You contagious. You
They
got comedy COVID.
I was vaccinated against you, bro.
Yeah.
One thing I do respect about you, Zacko, is I've definitely seen you on those South Side rooms, West Side rooms, downtown, wherever, and you're always the same guy that I'm seeing right now.
I appreciate it.
Likewise with you.
That is a thing too. I've seen
That is
I've
definitely
seen a bunch of
see
comedians
the switch up.
go down to the
people.
Bro,
south side, and all of a sudden they got
there's-
some twang.
There's
I'm like, oh, fuck.
definitely
Bro,
some switch up in
even
there.
the show I do in Pilsen, I tell like the white comics like, don't pander, just be a white dude. If you're a white dude, just be a
Yeah.
white dude.
They'll love it.
And they'll come in and it's like, oh, like
yourself.
they're like, I love Latinos, and we're all just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like you don't got to say that. We didn't assume you hated us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Now you're overcompensating for something. Now you're trying to pander. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, we can see you. We know what you look like.
Yeah.
You're clearly a white dude. Just be the white dude.
Either way,
We were
dude.
talking
And no
about-
one like the.
It to me, it's not even them. It's so like if I go to Pilsen or like when I used to run the show with Manny, obviously like our audiences were mostly Latino.
Yeah.
So like, and my stepdad's Puerto Rican, so I got a bunch of material on that. So I would clearly do like that material because it's relatable to the audience.
And
Being
what-
what
relatable
I'm
and
talking
pandering,
about-
two different things.
What I'm
Right.
talking about is I've seen comedians come from the north to the south, and all of a sudden they got an accent.
All right.
And they walk a little different, and they're wearing a jersey.
Like, yo, nobody
going
rocks
on, bro?
FUBU anymore, bro.
Right.
Like, what's happening?
The fuck are you doing, bro? And then they come to the north side, they got a button-up shirt on. They get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Dude, the funniest was I was on a show, so it was like a 7:30 and then like a 9:30, and then so the 7:30 said Marvin Phipps.
Bro,
And
I
then-
was there
and
for
then-
that.
Shout out
and
Marvin
then-
Phipps.
shout out to- But on the 9:30, it was like
M
M-Dubs.
Dubs.
So, but it was just the lineup. It was just
Yeah.
the way the lineup was written. It wasn't like he intentionally did it, but it was just
Yeah.
funny to see. I asked
Yeah.
Curtis, I was like,
Well, because
So
it
is
was,
this
Friday,
like-
it was Zach Boog's show. So when
Right.
Zach gave him the lineup, it was M Dubs. But when Laugh Factory booked their normal show, it was Marvin
it was
Phipps.
Marvin Phipps, and we were cracking up like, oh, so this must be the black show that he's doing M-Dubs.
Yeah. And his headshot's all different too.
Yeah.
The
Chocolate late
headshot's
show.
he got a big smile on it.
Well, we were talking about that a little bit before we got on the thing. I don't like the opposite of that neither. Like the Lincoln Lodge crowd, right? And if you're a black comic going to the Lincoln Lodge crowd, which is going to be 93.9% white, right? And the first thing you say when you get out on there is "What up, niggas?" And it's an automatic pop. You're gonna get white guilt giggles.
Yeah.
I don't
I know what
like
you're
that.
saying.
I don't appreciate somebody doing that because also the people that go out there to get those white guilt giggles, I do not see them at bar 10.
Man, it's gonna cause some controversy, but that was one of the reasons why I had to get the fuck up out of Lincoln Lodge with my show. There was, and I won't call nobody out, but fuck
No
it.
names.
You know, I ain't.
No names.
I'm not scooting around this shit. It was just on the tip of my tongue, bro. One of my friends' wife, my best friend's wife, was in the building, and I got into an argument with one of the guys that come to my shows. He just happened to be a black dude, right?
Yeah.
So I'm out front arguing with this dude because he was saying some crazy shit to my buddy's wife. Nothing crazy, just like an argument. And inside, one of the employees goes, "Well, we had to imagine something like this going to happen with the kind of audience Zacko attracts." And she looked at her and she was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" So she didn't know like this girl was friends with me and knew.
Right.
And I was like, And then I looked at my lineup: M. Brown, fucking Corey Bellboy.
I think I was on that show too. Yeah.
Right. So I tried to bring a little flavor to Lincoln Lodge, and all of a sudden they were like, "We don't. This is a little too much for us." I'm like, "Give me the fuck up out of here, bro."
If you didn't ride the train there, they don't want you there.
Yeah.
If you don't smell like the L, like they ain't,
Right.
they don't want you there.
Yeah, the back of your shoe ain't flapping.
Right.
You don't
like-
smoke tar-free tobacco.
Oh, you
And I'm not
got
talking
clean
shit
shoes
about the
on?
Lincoln Lodge because I'm also
Are
not
those
gonna-
name brand
Your
shoes?
shoes aren't dusty.
And,
Get the
I only
fuck outta
say that,
here.
and I don't say that just to stir up controversy because I do like the Lincoln Lodge and I do appreciate
Lincoln
the
Lodge
people
is
that
cool.
run them.
No, they got-
I
but
rocked there. I
But
was
what I'm
performing
saying-
there last night.
Yeah, the only reason I highlight that is to show like the discrepancies and the differences in the demographics of what is Chicago comedy, and that's why I think Chicago is the you have to come up in Chicago, bro. You have to because this is the only city that I know of where you can get such a diverse group of shows. You can go down to the South Side at 7:30. You know, probably not because that shit ain't gonna start till 9:30. But you can start up here, but do like an 8 o'clock show, go down to the South Side, and you get two totally different vibes.
But then also you can go 20 minutes outside the city and you're in you're doing rural.
You're doing
Yeah.
CGs tonight in
yeah,
Bolingbrook.
and are you doing like suburbanites? But then you go a little bit further. You go you got camo country. No one's got sleeves
Exactly.
on. They all got
You got
Carhartt.
Indiana, 45 minutes away.
They
Indiana.
got John Deere hats on. Like, all right, so now
Those are my people.
can I fucking relate to these
Yeah.
who I view as country? Because I hate when people come to Chicago and they talk shit about Indiana, like the rest of Illinois isn't Indiana. Like,
Yeah. Right outside of Chicago
out-
is just Indiana.
Yeah, it's just the rest of the fucking country is like all
Right.
Indiana.
Well,
So it's like,
that's one of the unique things about being a comedian, right? Is you're trying to find a way to unify with other cultures, is finding common ground and getting that laugh, which is a universal. It's an animalistic.
How do I say
Right.
this thing to relate that everybody knows what I'm saying?
and
'Cause
that's
my
what
favorite
my thing was.
jokes. My favorite jokes on the planet Earth are the ones that feel like they were pickpocketed from my brain. When you do your joke about this right here,
Oh.
I'm like, yo, that was right fucking there.
Watching porn and you get the.
You don't have to burn your material.
I got to get rid of that joke anyway. So.
But when you said that, I was like, oh, that's fucking genius.
But the thing is also like you just gotta. I mean, you gotta find ways to relate to everybody. So that's why like we were talking about how like Jordan Lopez and I feel like he's very much one note as far as like just Latino. I always got mad at other Latino comics because they were scared to do like Laugh Factory and shit like that because there's too many white people. I'm like, so why are you only writing jokes for this one thing?
Know
That's how I
Southside
feel
comics
about
that feel
white
like
comics right now. I feel like the move for white comics is that everyone's so fucking woke. Like if you're a straight white guy right now, you have to be woke.
And that's why I started doing a joke where I tell everybody I don't like woke white people.
Yeah.
Like I want a little bit of racism. I'm a whites. Like that's what I'm used to.
As soon as they were like toxic masculinity is bad, I was like, that's my hashtag.
Right.
Toxic masculinity. I'll be toxic. We're all a little toxic.
But I just hate when motherfuckers like forget that they live in this country with like I grew up on the TV that you guys all watch.
Yeah.
So we got a black dude and a white dude and a Puerto Rican sitting in his room. I guarantee you we can have a conversation about all this different shit.
Right.
Without me having to mention getting whipped with my mom's chancla. And like that be my only fucking joke.
Right.
Like I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? It's weird things. Like there's other aspects of being in this country that people have forgotten.
Yeah.
And they only honed in on that one thing. Like I'm just gonna cater to this culture that I'm part of.
Right.
Like why? Because then once you get out of the city, what are you gonna do? You're fucked.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
Remember when everyone was so shocked that Trump got half the votes in the country? How the fuck? Have you been anywhere?
Right.
Have you fucking been anywhere in this country?
Exactly.
Sure.
Hell yeah, Trump got half.
But then
the
on
votes.
the
I thought he
same
was gonna
note,
get more.
on the same note, he's not guarding the things coming out of his mouth. I feel like it was a breath of fresh air for a certain group of people that he was
for
just
other people that
saying
voted for him.
exactly
I
what
gotta
was
tell you.
on his mind.
It wasn't-
That's the funniest president we've ever fucking had.
The most
Oh
hilarious
my.
president.
When he said, "Have you seen his wife?" I fell off my couch, dude.
Bro.
He's like, "I know that dude ain't talking this ugly ass wife." I was like, "Holy shit,
Bro, and he's so quick, and he doesn't get caught up or in trouble for those little things. Those become
Not because he
sound
was
bites.
that person before that.
Yeah,
So imagine if he would have came out as a politician and you're like, he's saying all the right things. You're like, that ain't Donald Trump.
that's not."
By the
Donald
way, branding genius. He came out with the "Make America Great Again," right? And then other people just took it and were like, "Make America
anything
something else."
great, yeah.
And the first thing you think about was, "Oh, Donald Trump," and now what you're saying. Like he cross-branded to everybody else, and people who hated him were using it. They were
Yeah.
putting it on a yellow hat, and it's "Make America."
And it's not, and is he a little racist? Yeah, but so is every 70-year-old white guy. Of course he's a little racist, but you got to know that going into it. You know what I mean?
How many votes does he grab when he runs again?
I don't think he's gonna get he won't get any votes this time around.
I don't
He's
think
already.
he'll run
I think
again. I don't think he'll run.
He'll do that fake thing that he tried to do in like was it 14 or
Bro,
no?
if I was him,
12?
I'd start a podcast and just fucking call it.
Can you imagine his podcast?
Less
is
stressful,
trash.
such less stressful. Why you
I-
want to fucking be the boss of America? That shit sounds tormenting.
You think
No,
we're gonna be
he
alive
just-
for a podcast president? Somebody that started
I hope
off
so.
I
just
hope it's
not
mad
Trump.
famous on the podcast, and then
I mean, we got to see if The Rock runs.
Yeah.
He's
if
definitely
if The
running.
Rock
If
runs,
The Rock runs, he's gonna win.
he's definitely
it'll
running.
be fucking hilarious.
But also, like, why would if I'm The Rock, I would never fucking do that. Why alienate myself in my audience?
Right.
Everyone already loves The Rock. There ain't nobody hates The Rock.
Right.
Now all of a sudden half the country has to hate you
Right.
because of bipartisanship. I would just sit back, keep bench pressing, do a couple push-ups,
sell tequila.
right, and sell my tequila.
Because automatically, if you produce a show, there's a certain level of hate you have to deal with from the comics, right?
Yeah,
if
but
you
fuck
didn't
comics.
pick this and didn't
Fuck
pick
'em.
that, and
Yeah.
Fuck them. That's another
Right
thing. As
now.
a comedian, you got to stop giving a fuck about comedians. I don't fuck with you
Okay.
and Abby because you're comedians. I fuck with you and Abby because when we talk, when we got here, when we first walked in, we didn't say a thing about comedy. We're talking
No,
about
no.
verses. We're talking about all this other shit.
Straight up.
This was the advice that like someone told me is like, why would you worry about the back of the room when there's 150 people in front of
Exactly.
them? So the back of the room can be like, oh, this guy's a fucking hack, but wait a minute, oh, he's crushing, and then I gotta follow that, and I can't follow that. So then that's where the respect starts coming from.
Yep.
Because then like I used to worry like trying to make
And they better be
comics laugh.
talking shit. If every comedian likes you, you ain't shit.
You're doing
just
something
ain't
wrong
shit.
for sure.
If every
'Cause you're not a
comedian's
threat
I
to
like-
him. You're not a threat to him.
You got to be a threat, bro.
Yeah.
You got to be a threat, and the only way to be a threat is by smashing.
It's
the
got to
room.
be like, why the fuck is I be getting booked? Like,
Right.
This is
Because
why. Come
watch,
see me. This is
watch.
why.
And you notice all them ones that hate, they'll be watching your set too. That's why. That's
Yeah.
why.
Or they
I-
retire for 6 months.
Right. The comedians that like the other comedians, they don't even watch their set. They'd be like, "That's my boy. I ain't watching his
I
set."
don't watch
but the
comedy
ones that
anymore.
hate you, they watch. They're like, "I want to see this motherfucker."
I watch like new comics on like on a Tuesday night. Friday, Saturday, I ain't gonna watch just because I don't know. I want to be in a different mode. It's a
Yeah.
weekend. But like on a Tuesday, I'll go sit there and watch like new comics. Like, oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
this person's fucking funny. Like, but it's never. I try to like offer, even if I got a tag for him, I try to help him out. But my thing is like I never wanted to be the person that's like, I'm validating you, so let me just laugh a little bit louder than the rest of the room. Because
Yeah.
like you go to mics and you hear fucking comics dying laughing. I'm like, the only reason you think that's funny is because you know this person personally, or maybe you were there for that story, but now you just gave them a false sense of confidence
But
that
then
joke
they'll do
works.
the opposite, right? Then they'll do the opposite. A comedian comes in that they just don't like for no reason, and
Yeah.
then they just won't laugh at their shit.
Right.
Dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
Or I
like,
go in there and like legit try to work on a joke,
And they're like,
like, oh, he's trying.
"Why aren't you talking about the party
No,
last
but it's
night?"
like, yeah, but like you're trying.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
what we're doing.
Oh, okay. So that's why I stopped doing mics. Like I'd rather just try at a show. Like
Yeah.
you book me for an independent show, and like you're giving me 12. All right,
yeah.
3 of that's gonna be new.
I'd rather try new material in front of the audience than
Yeah.
try new material in front of comedians that are only gonna get on fucking Twitter and talk shit. Anyway.
Ooh, what's the special that did it for you?
Shit.
Because I think even these kids
Easy
growing up
answer.
these days, they have the TikToks and
I
the
mean-
Instagrams. I don't even think they're into whole
Greatest
specials like
special
that.
of all time.
All right, let's
Elephant
hear it.
in the room. Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal.
See, I'm older than that. It's a great special, but my thing was like, I saw Eddie Murphy Raw in the theater.
Fire. That's fire.
So I was
Okay.
fucking 9 years old in the theater watching the shit. But then I saw Delirious afterwards, and Delirious was Eddie Murphy's first special, and that motherfucker, it was just like, wow, this is amazing. And like, if you watch, I think it's Raw. I think Raw is the one where he does the bit about his dad working in the toy factory, but they didn't have shit, so he had to use a twister mat as a blanket.
Yeah,
because he's on the phone with his dad.
Yeah,
drunk.
to eat the slinky.
But bro, it's the last 15 minutes of that thing. It's all there's no breaks. Yeah, it's him having it. There's no like. Smash. It's just that one thing. It's 15 minutes of him having a phone conversation with his dad. A fucking act out, murder, and I'm just watching this shit. I was like, oh, there's no fucking way. And then I saw Chappelle when he came out with Killing Me Softly. I'm like, oh, that's an hour-long applause break that he got for the whole fucking thing. Yeah. It's like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the reason Elephant in the Room hit me so hard was because it was like, bro, he was just there.
Yeah.
Like, man, Patrice had this way.
He started off with crowd work on a televised special.
It's a Laugh Factory. It's a Laugh Factory set that he recorded that just so happened to be a fucking amazing special.
Murder, dude. Like, did you watch the bio?
Spell restaurant.
Nah. There's a documentary on the recording of that shit. And apparently when he got off stage the first time, they were like, we don't need a second show. That shit is everything. They didn't use shit from the second show. He murdered. Thank you, audience coordinator, for putting these titties in the front row.
Right. To this day, me and my brother, if we look at each other for too long, we'll go B-A-N-N-A-N-N-N A-N-N-N-A.
Bro, can you like the audacity? Can you imagine like the manager or whoever watching him go out on stage and open up with crowd work was probably like, what in the fuck?
Open with crowd work.
Is he doing?
But they're probably like, man, we can edit that part out.
With blue crowd work.
Yeah, but like we can edit that out. But then he
called out a dude's girlfriend's titties,
and then kept doing crowd work. Then did the crowd work about the black dude dating the white girl,
right?
And then had crowd work, bro. It was just.
And then Zoom, first joke. Yo, if it was niggas out there, they just go to the edge of the beach, like
we can't see them. The conditions
too much sun.
He's like, I'm bringing a dog with me.
I'm giving a white baby
put a white baby on a keychain.
But when Eddie Murphy did the falling down the stairs, his Aunt Bundy falling down, I lost my breath. Bro, like I thought I had to be hospitalized.
When he's like, that fucking kid stuck his face in the water, did it like this, came up with a fish, looked at me and said, Goonie Goo Goo. And I was just like, but Goonie Goo Goo was like our shit in the 80s where like growing up. Like you would just look at a motherfucker like, get in your Goonie Goo Goo mobile.
That almost sounds racist now. I don't know why.
But bro,
I almost feel like I shouldn't be allowed to say Goonie Goo Goo.
He's like, you married a Bigfoot, Charlie. He's like, she's a Bigfoot. But I hate to cut this short. I mean, you guys should keep talking. I gotta head back to that.
Nah, we can go ahead and I gotta head back uptown anyway, right myself, man. This has been a phenomenal episode, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yo, I can't believe it, man. So we're gonna get right into the socials. So you make sure you follow these guys. They're already on. They're already doing burning down stages, burning down your TV. So make sure you're following them. Zacko, go ahead and let people know how they can follow you. What socials you got? What you got going on in the city, sir?
Oh yeah, I run a show called Sorry for Killing. We're moving to the Laugh Factory.
Great stickers.
Finally, we are in the Laugh Factory. We're starting up there March 24th. It'll be once a month there, and you can follow me on Instagram at Zacko Ryan, Zakoryan.
Perfect. All right, what you got for
I produce Pills to Stand Up every third Wednesday at Simone's. Come check that out. And then just catch me on HBO Maximo.
HBO Grande.
HBO Larga. No, yeah, HBO Max. I mean, you can search my name. I'm episode 10 on that thing. But also follow me.
Funny as hell.
Check that shit out. It's a great special. Yeah. You killed that shit, Abby.
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok is the same shit. Abby Sanchez Comedy. And then that's it. Yeah. Tell your
I'm
friends.
Mike Knight. Follow me at Mike Knight Comedy on all the things. Watch this. Like, share, subscribe. It's been the Real Rap Podcast, man. Straight Southside. Love y'all.
Peace, everybody.
Peace. Mike, you straight from the Southside. Mike, I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.